Hi, Crystalites. Welcome back to my channel. And this is Crystal Display. Yeah, welcome back. And I don't know. I'm a bit nervous today, guys, because I have a big reveal to let you guys know. But if you're new on this channel, thank you for hitting this video. And in today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys my prior testimony, my journey, how it has been with prior. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, Crystalite fam. Yeah. So, and if you're listening on the podcast as well, because I am recording for the podcast, Women of Mighty Valor podcast. So welcome every single one. All right, I'm kind of nervous, but yeah. All right, let's just jump straight into today's testimony. So, where can I start? I literally had to think and I wrote down like the whole shebang. But I would say prayer has always been a struggle for me. I guess from I don't know from I knew about the Lord, and even when I got saved, prayer has still been a struggle. I knew that prayer was just talking to God, but it's always been that up and down roller coaster. All I remember, being in high school, as young as I am. So I got saved around 15 years old, just to let you guys know. So I was in about year 8 when I got baptized, and I received Jesus as Lord and Savior of my life. And your girl thought she was a pro back then, but looking back now, I realized I wasn't, not even in prayer. But I remember, I would read my Bible. So at the time, I was reading King James Version. And I'm not knocking King James, but I struggle to understand the Bible. And so I remember just praying because, all my life, I've always been a very ambitious person. Like, if you know me, I've always been ambitious. I always aim for higher heights than ever before. And I've always had people that did not believe in me, that I could actually be the person that I wanted to be. So I've always wanted to be a nurse from I was primary school. I've worked my hardest, and I knew exactly what I wanted, and I did not change my mind at all. Like, no one could change my mind from nursing. And so but prayer has always been an up and down thing for me. So I would remember like praying to God and say, God, like, I remember taking my examination. It was like CXC, so Caribbean examination. I am from Jamaica as well, but I'm now living in the UK. So, but back, when I was in Jamaica, I was taking the CXC, which is a Caribbean examination, you know, exam. And that would be like, that would be the test. That would be the exam before, like, before you go into sixth form, so before you decide to like go to college. That would be like that. And I remember just being so overwhelmed, by studies. And I remember my auntie, like, she had to take away everything that I loved. Like, no, literally no TV. No, I was such a TV fanatic. And I remember just feeling so overwhelmed because I couldn't go to choir because I was a choir girl. I love to sing, and I think I still love to sing, but it's not really, the thing that I do now, right? But as long as I know, I've always been in the choir singing. So I couldn't go to choir practice. I couldn't watch my television while I was studying for exam. So all I literally did was just go in my room, study, sleep, eat, study. That's all I did, right? And I remember feeling so overwhelmed, and I just prayed and said, God, like, everyone else, my family, I guess looking back, you just my family did not really. I guess some people, some of my family members did believe in me, but some literally did doubt if I could actually become a nurse. And I'm not, I've already like let that go, but it's just like just just growing up all my life being underestimated. But I think because of that, I grew up to be such a resilient person where when someone say I can't do it, like I would push to the hardest. And I remember just praying, and because I was feeling so overwhelmed, right, by everything. Like the thing that I love was taken away, and all I had to do was just study, and I wasn't motivated to study at all. The only subject that I loved was food and nutrition, because back then I wanted to become like something with nutritionists. And then I just kind of switched to nursing in a way, you know what I mean? But yeah, I remember praying and just telling God that, look, God, like, you know, it's me and you, me and you doing this. Like, we're not doing this for family. We're not doing this for nobody but me and you, right? And so I remember just falling asleep after, because when you're severely stressed, I think your body needs to rest. So I just decided to just rest, and then I would wake up, and after that nap I took on my bed, it was so like relaxing, like I was like refreshed again. But I remember just praying and praying and praying, and I would just study and study and study. And fast forward, oh yeah, and also like there was one subject, right? There was one subject that I studied. It was physics, and I hated that subject. Like to this day I still hate that subject. And I remember my auntie praying for me, because she would pray for me, before every single exam. But I remember just like in my mind just saying to her, no, I didn't say it out loud, but I said to her, like in my mind I was like, you can hold that prayer, like I ain't gonna pass, no way, no way. Right. And yeah, I remember feeling very doubtful about that subject, but very um sure about the subject that I love, which was food and nutrition. And lo and behold, results they come around. The subject that I knew that I would not pass, I literally did pass. So I passed with that like a 3, which is quite good. That is a pass. And then even my subject, the subject that I love, I got a first. And I remember my food and nutrition teacher telling me that I would not get a first. I would get a 2, right? And that would be like a B, and one would be like a A, right? So it's just like I remember just my teacher underestimated me. My family, some of my family members underestimated me, and they didn't think I would ever pass, I guess. And just fast forward, I knew it was God behind me 100%. Like I had that driving force, I had that fire within me to keep moving forward. And I remember just praying, but then I'm sharing my prior testimony. So as I'm going forward now, fast forward, I remember just I would only pray. I didn't really know what to pray per se. I just remember praying for my family, my friends, and myself. That's all I used to pray, right? And yeah, no one really taught me to pray per se. I remember, yeah, my mom did teach me to say the Our Father prayer, and I would say that before I go to bed. And I remember just like I would only pray mostly at night, just before I go to bed, because that was like a thing that was drummed. I guess that was the thing that my family taught me to do, to pray before you go to bed. But in the morning, I don't remember praying, or I would only pray to God if I needed something, right? And I'm sure like I'm not the only one that been through that process. Like would only remember God if something happened that was bad, or you wanted something desperately from God and you'd pray about it. But apart from that, my prayer life has been very, very dormant, right? And the reason why I'm sharing this testimony is just to show you like prayer does change things, right? So fast forward from high school, and now literally, how can I say it? I remember moving to the UK now, and just sitting down. I remember in 2019, I gave birth to my child, and I was sitting down, and I had like this great passion to like help women, but I didn't know how. And at first, like my friend and I, we thought of a name, right? And we were gonna turn it into a business. But then it so happened that that name we end up use that name for the business and use the name for the business for a ministry. But I remember in 2019, a pastor told me that it was like a pastor friend of mine, like the friend of like my friend husband was a pastor, and I remember he told me that I was gonna run a ministry. And I'm like looking back and I'm like, how would I run a ministry? And it's funny because when you think that you're not qualified for something, like God will still use you beyond comprehension. Right. So literally I'm thinking hard in my mind, like what kind of ministry would I ever me would ever started. Right. And then fast forward now, that was in 2019, 2020 now. I remember like listening to a podcast. I can't remember what the name of the podcast was, but it was a Christian podcast, and she was talking about getting a prayer partner. That it's really, really good to get a prayer partner. And I was like, who can I ask to be a prayer partner? And I remember, thinking of my friend, and I don't know how we end up reconnected, but I think she reached out to I think my husband, she ended up reach out to my husband and on Facebook, and then that's how she connected to me. But literally I remember thinking of her as my prior partner, like, in that moment when you're so low that you can't even pray for yourself, like that's the reason for a prior partner, right? So I remember just thinking like maybe I should ask Shanish, right? Shout out to you, Shanish, if you're watching this, because she is the co-founder of Women of Mighty Valor Ministry. But yeah, I remember asking her, can you be my prior partner? Of course, inside I kind of knew that she would say yes, but at the same time I was scared if she did say no. Like what would have been, what would have happened if she had said no? I would have been like, move on, embarrassed. Yeah, that's how I would have been. But she said yes, and then literally that's how the whole prior ministry, prior online women's ministry started. And it took me a good while, like maybe a good couple months, to actually admit that it was a ministry, because we started like this WhatsApp group with the women, and I call it like prior group. You know, it took me a while before I actually changed it to like the name and getting the logo and all that jazz. But yeah, it's like literally starting the ministry. I remember we started January the 9th, 2020. Like that was way before the pandemic had hit. And yeah, like we started that so far, that so now it's been literally, January past the 9th, January the 9th passed, so it's been 2 years running a ministry, and don't even know how, but I knew it was God that was leading me and Shanish to run this ministry. And your girl has no experience in running a ministry, but when God calls you to something, He will teach you along the way. Like I'm a living testimony of God teaching me along the way of certain things in my life. And yeah, so literally we started prayer ministry, and then for some reason I ended up watching a video about prayer retreat. And so that's how we started our prayer retreat, right? They have, usually they would have like, spiritual retreats they would usually have, and it would be a different type of thing. So I was like, oh, let's just have like a prayer retreat. So ours is a virtual prayer retreat. So we literally, in the past we used to meet every week, but now we meet like 2 weekly. Right. So we'll meet 2 weekly via Google Meets, online, and we'll literally praise, we'll worship, we'll pray for the women, we'll pray for people in the group, and any other special requests, we'll literally pray for them. And that is how my appetite for prayer started to build up. And then, with the ministry as well, we'll have like various challenges, like every single month. There'll be either a challenge or a event or some form of workshop, right? And I think it was 2020, so August 2020, we started like a prayer challenge, right? and it was for 31 days. And this one was literally a prayer challenge where you would literally talk to God. So you talk to God every single day, like pray to God every single day for 31 days. And that prayer challenge like literally revolutionized my prayer life, the women in the group prayer life. Like everybody was like, wow, they saw the power of prayer because of that challenge. And then literally we did the prayer retreat, we have the prayer challenge. Then literally I think it was 2021, I can't remember what month we started like this Psalms prayer challenge. Like who knew that you could pray the scriptures? And I remember starting that challenge not even knowing, but literally this is how God worked. Like he would download different ideas. Like he would literally download ideas of for what to do in the ministry for like a whole year. Like so the year, so 2020 I had already, planned it out. Like he already gave me the ideas for that year. Then 2021, he already gave me like a whole year of ideas. But it's only 2022 now. Like I don't hear anything. Like I'm only hearing like month. I'm only hearing like, you receive ideas like month to month. So that's how, I guess, I don't know. Everything happened for a reason. I'm not questioning God, but like literally 2021, we did the Psalms prayer challenge where we would pray Psalms of thanksgiving and praise, literally for like, I think it was for 31 days as well. I think it was, but literally that changed my whole life. That is how I fell in love with the book of Psalms. That is how I knew that praying the scriptures, if you don't know what to pray, pray the scriptures, especially the book of Psalms. Like there's powerful prayers in that book. Like oh, like I love Psalms. And literally the Psalms prayer challenge changed my whole prayer life, right? I remember having a circumstance at work that looked impossible, and all I could do was pray the Psalms. And that's what I prayed. And I asked other people, other believers, to pray for me. And God just turned that situation around where I thought that it wasn't gonna, like, everything just looked doom and dim. And through praying the Psalms and through asking other believers to pray for me, plus I had the group as well. So I had the ministry behind me praying for me as well. Like God just revolutionized and just changed around the situation to the point where I'm in awe. Like, how did God do this? Like, you know what I mean? So literally during that time as well, when I did the Psalms prayer challenge, I watched, Coffee and Bible Time. I'm sure you guys, if you watch this channel, then you probably know about Coffee and Bible Time as well. That they're a Christian channel that they talk about prayer and reading the word and all that. But literally watching their video, I think they released like a prayer journal, and I was really, really inspired by it to the point where, because I think their shop is in the US, and it's quite difficult and costly to like buy things from the US to ship to the UK. So I couldn't get the physical prayer journal. So I was a bit sad about that, to be honest. But I think later on they released like a printable one that you can get a digital product. But after, I think before that, I had already like created my own prayer binder. Like I had a DIY prayer binder. I'm gonna show you guys. Um, it's literally this huge folder here, right? And I was so like fired up in prayer that I was like praying this every day. But I think at the time when I started it, it wasn't as filled up. Like if you guys watch my YouTube shorts, you probably see how it looked and everything. But yeah, I started this prayer binder. It was good for the moment, but then I realized that the size, right? The size of the document, it's a prayer document because it's huge, started to intimidate me. Like I would say I would pray, and then I would literally leave the folder out so that to remind me to pray. I would put reminders at the front for me to pray, and I still would not pray, right? Because I wanted to like develop this habit where Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I would pray for people. Yes, I would remember to pray for people, but like I wanted to be very specific. I wanted to be very strategic in my prayer life. Like watching the movie War Room really, really inspired me as well. Because I remember back in university, I was feeling very, very discouraged, and God just reminded me to watch that movie, War Room. And after watching that movie, I was inspired beyond. So if you haven't watched War Room, go ahead and watch that movie. It's by Priscilla Shire. I think she's the main actress in it. But that movie just changed my whole perspective about prayer. Like prayer is no joke. Like prayer is your weapon. If you don't know what to do, pray and tell God about it, because He will change that situation around, right? Yeah, and I guess fast forward, I literally was, I started to get intimidated by this. And so I just would pray without the document, and I would just like pray. I would just try and practice like praying to God and talking to God. And then through my hard season as well, like God showed me in the scriptures that, look, Daniel prayed 3 times. I think David prayed 3 times a day. I believe it's Peter prayed and Daniel prayed. They had like a very, very effective prior, efficient prior life. And I was like, God, I want to be like that. I want to be like them, because they're the men that were radical. And I always pray to like be radical for God. And I've always had that passion to like better my prior life, right? And so, I just got really frustrated one day. And I was like, God, like I need like a tool. And if you know my story about the prior the Bible journal prompt, that's how, like, through my frustration I created that product. And so I got frustrated again, because I'm like, God, I don't know what I can do to like better my prayer life. Like the Bible tracker that I use, so I would like I have like a Bible tracker, and I would half the circle, right? So the top would be like for Bible, the bottom would be for prayer. And that was, that has been very, very helpful, because it literally tracked me trying to pray, because my aim is to pray 3 times a day. It's not all the time that I would do it, but I would try to be intentional. And then because I have a tracker to like track myself, like some days I would do it, some days I wouldn't do it, but it tracked my progress of prayer. But I wanted to be, I felt like I wanted the prior binder to be in a smaller size, but I was like, God, I don't know what to do. And then I was like wrestling between like, this story is coming to, we're getting to the meat of what I'm coming to. But literally, like, yeah, I just wrestled, because I'm like, God, I don't want to create like, I felt like I wanted to create a product that is a prayer journal, but I was like, no, there's so much prayer journal out there. Like, I don't think they need my prayer journal. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, there's just so much other prayer journal. And I've tried other prayer journals, to be honest, and it's not working. It's literally not working for me. So I was like, God, what can I do? Like, what can I do? Then I wrestled between creating it or if I shouldn't create it. I mean, I created my Bible journal prompt, right? And I was like, should I create a journal? Like, should I? And then, frustration built up to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm going to think, what do you need in your prayer journal? Like, what can you do to make this prayer journal different, but unique, yet that can make your prayer life effective? And so, guys, the big reveal. Literally, we'll be doing a live unboxing. I kind of like, because the box kind of came together with other products, so it's kind of cool. But the only thing that I saw is the back of the prayer journal. So, and for you guys who are listening, definitely you can watch my YouTube video to see the journal itself, or you can just go on Amazon and you can see how it looks. But literally, guys, that is a big reveal, right? I had to share with you the journey that I had with struggling with prior to this point, to let you understand what I've been through in terms of like prayer and all that. So guys, the big reveal. And I can't believe I I literally wrestled between if I should ever create this journal, but I was like, nah, I'm frustrated and I want a smaller version to my prayer binder. And I'm super, super nervous right now, guys. Like, believe it or not, I'm nervous. But yeah, big reveal, big reveal. All right, so in this box, I created a prayer journal for beginners. Like, if you watch my channel, Crystal Display, you guys know I always like create products for you guys. I would think of video ideas for you guys and everything. So, guys, big reveal. A drum roll, please. The prayer journal, guys. And it's so small. But I'm telling you guys, I believe strongly, so strongly, that this is going to revolutionize your prayer life beyond comprehension. Because literally, this is like a mini version from my prayer journal, like from my prayer binder, but I added a bit more into it. I added like a prayer method. So if you don't know what to pray, this prayer journal has a method. It's called the WAR prayer method, and you're just gonna be blown away, like blown away. So you can see at the back, it's beautifully designed, with butterflies. And God, I'm so nervous. And this is the front of it, guys. Like, look. And it's literally like glossing. Like, look at it. It's glossing. It's my prayer journal planner. Yeah. So this is how I came up, just reflecting on the struggle with me praying from a young girl to like this point, from the ministry to the challenges to this point. I decided to create this prayer journal planner, my prayer journal planner. Like, and I know that there's loads of prayer journal planners out, like there's loads of prayer journal out there, and even loads of prayer journal. But I feel like this one is gonna revolutionize your prayer life in a different way. And the beauty about it is that it is a lot more versatile when you add like sticky notes to it. You can add washi tape and sticky notes to revolutionize, to make it more versatile and all that. But yeah, guys, this is it. This is my first time, my first impression. Like, I just can't believe it. Like, God, I didn't want to do it, but you made me do it. And I really hope that it does bless someone's heart. Like, so far, I'm hearing very good feedback from the Bible journal prompt. So if you're a beginner out there and you do struggle to study your Bible, get your Bible journal prompt available on Amazon worldwide. So that's, in the US, the UK, and France, and everywhere where Amazon is online, like it's available. But also, guys, the Prior Journal Planner is available. So I'm gonna show you guys the big, like the inside. Um, just before I go inside, though, let me just read out what is included in this planner. I'm a bit nervous, to be honest. Like, whenever I release a product, I always try to, release the best, and that it is quality as well. Like, if you see my designs, they're so simple, but inside is very impactful. And I really like every product that I make. I think about it as well. Like, there's another product in the working, but you guys have to find out. That's why I say you gotta sign up to my Patreon to find out, because the Patreons know. Like, the patrons already knew. But let me just type in. I just put so much effort into this. Like, this journal here gave me a lot of grief creating it. Like, to the way it was merged and all that. But glory be to God, like it's finally here. And I have an announcement at the end anyway to let you guys know as well what we have in store with the prior journal planner. But I just wanted to read the description box. So in this prior journal planner, it has a 1 year prior habit tracker. So if you struggle to pray, I talk about the struggle to pray, and using the Bible tracker. I realized maybe I should create like a prior habit tracker to help you guys. So I've included like a whole year prior habit tracker included. I've included a simple prayer method called the war prayer method. I've included praying the scriptures because I know the power of praying the scriptures when I talk about praying the Psalms, especially. I've included a weekly prayer schedule so that will help you to pray from Monday to Sunday. Yeah, I've included the prior retreat challenge. So, I talk about in my testimony that we do go on prior retreats and how we even got started. So, there is a prior retreat challenge inside. If you are ready for the challenge, it's not that difficult. Literally, the prior retreat challenge just show you what you can pray for at a specific time. There's also a prior board as well. So with the prior board, guys, you have to use like sticky notes to make it versatile. Because I only like created like 4 sections of the prior board. But I thought if you do use sticky notes and washi tape, you can change them out every single month. So you'll have something to pray for every single month. There's also like literally beautiful, when I tell you beautiful prior journaling pages, right? So if you just want to journal to God, write out your feelings to God, you can. Because I really, I thought about, because mostly my prior journals, they're just plain pages. And sometimes you just want to write to God. So I put that in the prior journal planner as well. Also, there's a mini gratitude prompt at the bottom of every journaling page, so you can thank God as you're journaling each and every time. There's also a answered prayer section. The reason I included this is because it was also included in my prayer binder, where I saw the goodness of God. When you watch War Room, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But literally, War Room was inspired from this, where you just see all the answers that God, all the prayers that God answered, and you look back and reflect on what God did. So you're just more encouraged to pray, right? But yeah, so this is literally that is literally all that this has, but it's a it's literally a jam-packed prior journal planner, but the size will not intimidate you. I made sure of that because e-girl struggled with that. I made sure that it was, for beginners. So if you're a beginner in prayer, you can use it. If you're mature in prayer, you can use it. Like, it's for everyone, but I cater it mostly for beginners, especially with introducing like a prayer method. I thought about it. I literally thought hard because there's just so much prayer method out there. But God gave me an idea of one, which is called WAR. So W is for worship, right? A is for ask, and R is for repent. And that's so simple to pray. Like, if you don't know what to pray, you can follow those. You can follow that prayer method and, start your prayer. You can start your own prayer journal. So you can start your own prayer journey with God using using this my using this product here, which is my prayer journal planner. But yeah, guys, I don't know if I should you know what? So I think next video I'm gonna show you guys what's inside. So definitely stay tuned for that. I think the video is quite, I don't want to long this video out. So I know at least you see the outside, you see the design, you see you see everything. But for Soul Care Sunday, I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to give you 2 videos for Soul Care Sunday. So stay tuned for the second video. It should, it should come up by the time you're watching this anyway. But just to show you guys what's inside, what I've been working on. But just before I leave, I just want to just make a quick announcement. So we do have like this, we do have like a prayer. It's called 21 Day, right? It's a 21 day closer to God prayer journaling challenge, and that will be starting from the 1st of February to the 21st of February 2022. So we do have a challenge. So if you're interested in joining this prayer challenge, then definitely sign up down below. So it will be either in the description box or in the comments down below, because I tend to like tag it there as well. So definitely sign up. Get when you do sign up, there will be a mind map just before you start your there'll be 2 freebies, right? So a mind map from yours truly, so from the Exodus Promise, because the challenge itself is a collaboration between the Exodus Promise and Women of Mighty Valor Ministry. So there's 2 freebies, 2 digital freebies. So there is a mind map just to help you emotionally just before you start the prayer journal challenge, and there's also a daily prompt that will help you on the challenge itself. So on the days that you don't know what to pray, there is there's a 4-step guided prompt for you on that journey as well. Plus, you guys will know about the big reveal where you can purchase this, which I told you is Amazon. But you'll see, you have like your own. You'll see the link that I'm talking about. By the time you're watching this video, right? But yeah, guys, I really hope that this product here blesses your heart. I'm gonna show you guys, as promised, in the next video what is inside. I haven't opened it, I haven't seen it yet. So literally when you see the next video, we'll be looking at the pages together. I'm still a bit nervous, but your girl is trying to keep it trying to keep it together. But yeah, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you do get inspired to pray from my testimony. And I just pray that God will continue to help you to pray, and I pray that He will help you to continue to draw closer to Him more than ever before. So yeah, if you do want to purchase this planner, definitely check out the link down in the description box or in the comments. It's available on Amazon worldwide, so you can get your copy today. So get your prayer journal planner if you want to join the prayer challenge. Or you can use a simple notebook as well if you just want to if you just want to write, but this journal here has, as I said, a simple but beautiful inside to prayer journal as well. So it's up to you. But I really, really hope that you do join this challenge, because I'm telling you, the challenges that I've mentioned before, like the prayer challenge, the Psalms prayer challenge, that is what revolutionized my own prayer life. So definitely sign up down below, get your 2 freebies, and join the fun. I'm super, super excited for this collab with the Exodus Promise and Women of Mighty Valor Ministry. Super, super excited. And I hope to see you guys next week if God's willing. Bye, Crystalites.